And there's such a fine line between coming at people with kind of a marketing speak where they don't trust it, right? And so in a community like this, it really has to be person to person. It really has to be in the vernacular of whatever the constituency that you're working with. If you're working with healthcare professionals, again, that's why they need that credentialed presence there who can make them feel at ease that they're in a group of their peers. If you're working with consumers, then you really need a more one-to-one approach and kind of a personality that can draw people out and make people feel like that they're welcome, but at the same time, keep things on track for the community. So that it's really speaking in a normal tone of voice, if you will, with people and creating a sense. We like to even talk about metaphors of what type of a place, how this should feel. Should it feel like we're just chatting over a cup of coffee, or should it feel like we're at a business meeting? That kind of thing. And so that really determines how people are going to react to the information that you're putting out there. Yeah.
Okay, in terms of the FDA, impending FDA guidance that everyone is expecting, how do you think that's going to influence communities that are built by pharmaceutical companies? Do you think there are going to be more? Do you think that the guidance is going to provide something that allows people to feel like they can do this more readily? What do you think is going to happen?
I hope so. I hope it really empowers them. I know a lot of these companies are really wanting to move. They're like on the verge of moving, right? And we need them to. Consumers need what they have to offer. They need the information, and they need all of the resources that these companies can provide. The companies need to hear from the consumers. So I think depending on what the FDA says, of course, but what I'm hoping they'll say is that they'll remove some of the barriers that are keeping people back, not holding people more legally responsible for what's put on a site by consumers than other industries are held legally responsible, for example. But at the same time, I think that the FDA should definitely recommend that these companies manage them closely, that they manage these communities closely, that they are in there, that they are listening, that they continue with the adverse events reporting and are very vigilant on the question of off-label use. All of those things are important, but not so constraining with restrictions that they can't go in there and move. I think all these companies know they have to do these things. It's just a question of removing those obstacles that are keeping their legal departments with the door shut.
Thanks so much for your time, Jenna.
Pleasure. Thank you for asking.
I'm Carl Turner, reporting for Pixels and Pills from BDI's Social Communication and Healthcare Conference.